Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Father, we thank you for everyone gathered here now. Thank you that you know each of us by name and have caused us to walk with you. We say that we are dependent on you and our trust is in you completely. As we surrender ourselves in adoration, we welcome you among us today and celebrate the gift of life that you have lavished upon each of us. We ask that you would open our ears so that we may hear your voice. Open our minds so that we may receive your eternal wisdom. Open our spirits so that we may know your leading and guidance. And open our hearts so that we may receive your wonderful love. Lord, we thank you for the speakers and facilitators. We pray that you will give them great inspiration as they share with us what you have placed on their heart. We pray that you will fill them with courage and give them your peace. We ask all this in the glorious name of Jesus. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
A pleasant morning and welcome to all of the participants who are watching our live, to the panel, competitors, and guests to RoboJam Philippines Kickoff 2021 in collaboration with Robotics India and STEMify this 9th day of August 2021. I am Hendrix and I will serve as your moderator for this morning. With that, I have a very special announcement to you guys. We will be sending you on the chat box a Google form that you need to fill up for you to have an entry on our raffle event. Yes, you've heard us right. We will be having our raffle event not just once, not twice, not thrice, not four times, but five times it is for more chance of winning. This event is sponsored by Vex Robotics, Zamba, Construction Services, Glass, Aluminum, and Iron Works, JR2 and Engineering Services, and the Valerio Foundation. Now, we're going to begin our event with our welcoming remarks together with Miss Jenlu Pangilinan Riel, the Director of RoboJam Philippines. Good morning, Miss Jenlu. Hope you're doing good.
Hello, good morning everyone and welcome to our event. So I'm very excited to partner with RoboJam India today and I have my friend who is going to be introduced later. He is going to show us that what are we going to have for the events on September 4th to 5th. Remember that in your participation for this event, you will be given a chance to do our training, which is going to start tomorrow all the way to Saturday. So, in that particular training, you are going to register for the event that you think or you believe that you want to compete in. So, the trainings will be free. That is our gift, and RoboJam India, our gift to our people and to everyone who is joining us. So today we have, let me show you what we have in store. We have 11 countries participating. We have Colombia, welcome, Philippines, India, Canada, Cameroon, Egypt, Malaysia, USA, Tunisia, Australia, Papua New Guinea, and there are yes, there are still people trying to get in. We now have 158 participants, teachers, coaches, and administrators who are trying to get to know RoboJam India more. So you have to stay tuned to our channels and our social media so you guys can enjoy and learn more about RoboJam. This is going to be the first in the Philippines. So hopefully everybody will enjoy the program and everybody will get the chance to join our team. Okay, so I'll be talking to you later, but for now, let's hear from Hendrix again.
Thank you very much, Miss Janalu. That is wonderful. You've truly lifted the mood of our viewers on our live stream. Yes, no? So with that, to all of the participants, allow me to introduce to you a very amazing resource person who will give us an overview of becoming of expert and the competition details. He is the director of RoboJam India. To all of the participants, please join me on welcoming Mr. J. Kadu. Hello, Mr. Kadu. How are you?
Hello, hello, my friend. Very, very good morning. Namaste
Morning,
from
sir.
India. So, first of all, I would like to say Namaste from India. And I would like to say thank you to all of my seniors who have given me this wonderful opportunity to teach virtual robotics for kids from so many international countries. And let me tell you this is my first time that I will be taking live lecture on YouTube other than my usual regular international batches. So it will be quite exciting for me to teach on such a big stage of YouTube. Now, one more thing, I would like to say special thanks to Mr. Andy Lee, who is a Vex official from Asian continent, sending me mail with lots of appreciation and kind words. This means to me a lot. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot if you are watching me. Now, let's get started with robotics and technology world. Let us discuss what is meant by machine slash robot. Okay. Let me tell you, a piece of equipment with moving parts that is designed to do a particular job. Furthermore, we can say that it reduces human effort, consistency. Human do have some limitations. They can't work for 24 cross 7. Understood? For that, we need a machine or robot which can keep on that consistency all the day. Understood? And our production keep on increasing. Now, uh, so now your question should be like, how does machines or robots work as per our desire? Is there any way that humans can interact with machines or robot? The answer is yes. There is always a way of communication between a human being and a machine. Basically, we know that is known as machine language, but technically, word is programming. Okay, so let's understand what is meant by programming. See, computer programming is the process of telling a computer to do a certain things by giving it instructions. Okay. Now, basically, these instructions are called programs. Clear? A person who writes instruction is a computer programmer. Now, the instructions come in different languages. So there are so many programming languages. Understood? I hope you get clear with what is meant by programming. Furthermore, programming is divided into two parts, mainly two parts. First part is graphical programming, and second part is text-based programming. I would like to discuss first graphical programming. Under graphical programming, there comes a block-based coding. I will repeat the word block-based coding. Now you guys will be wondering what is block-based coding. So see, block-based coding utilizes a drag and drop learning environment where programmers use coding instruction blocks to construct animated stories and games. It's an entry-level activity where kids can gain a foundation in computational thinking through visuals. You can see the instantaneous output, what you are doing, as opposed to coding that is based in text. Understood? Now, I would like to tell you little bit more in detail about blocks. When we mention blocks, it is a way to describe the chunks or a pieces of instruction a user is putting together in order one by one to tell their creation what to do in a sequence wise. Understood? So, what is the benefit of block coding? See, blocks provide a valuable learning experience with kids, quickly realizing that their programs will only do what they tell them to do and will only run code in the order it was written. Understood? Here, the main thing is order. You need to maintain the order. That is the reason why I use the word sequence wise. Okay. Let's say, for example, you guys might be familiarized with Scratch programming. Is a block based, right? And is one of the most popular options when it comes to kids coding languages. Now, I think this much is enough to understand brief information regarding graphical programming. Now, I would like to tell you the difference with text-based programming. Whereas in text-based programming, you need to write instruction in a particular format. Understand this word, particular format. Basically, it is known as syntax, right? Which makes it difficult to understand because you need to remember syntax all the time to write an instruction. Now, there are X, Y, Z, so many programming languages. Now, if you want to learn so many programming languages, each and every language is having different kind of syntax, means format. Okay. So, furthermore, disadvantage is that you cannot visualize the output until your program is completely correct, which makes difficult to debug an error. Understood? But yes, no matter which type of programming language you choose, whether you go for graphical programming or you go for text-based programming, logic remains the same. Understood? Only the way you write the program changes, but logic remains the same. Ultimate, your goal should be to know the logic. Understood? Now, I am moving forward to Wax Robotics. It's an open source simulator software to learn regarding Wax Robotics. Now, I would like to share more information on these software interfaces in our actual classes that will be starting from tomorrow morning. Indian time will be, for first lecture will be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and second lecture will be 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. So, based on virtual Wax robotic simulator, we have defined 3 categories of robotic competition. Names are RoboSketch, Disc Drill, and Coloring. Okay. So, out of these 3, I have already explained concept of Disc Drill and Coloring on my YouTube channel, that is RoboJam India. I would like to request you guys, please share my YouTube channel so that everybody can subscribe my channel so that they can get the upcoming updates. And yes, guys, if you haven't seen those videos, I would like to recommend you go and watch those videos from my channel today, later on. Okay?
Jay, can you share
Yes.
your screen so they can see your YouTube channel?
Okay, just give me a second.
Okay, if you guys have questions while Jay is trying to share his screen,
Wait a
can
minute, wait a
you
minute.
put it on the chat?
Are you able to see my screen, Jenny?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
You can make it bigger so they can see better.
This is my channel, RoboJam India. Please,
Yes.
guys, support me. Subscribe my channel for updating for upcoming events. I will keep on updating my site. So please subscribe me. This is display where you need to place some disk in particular location. I will be explaining you each and everything in detail in our actual class. Just watch the video right now. Now here comes third category, coloring, where you need to solve out your maze. So guys, don't miss this virtual robotics competition, okay? It's a really a great opportunity. Yeah, thank you. Wait a minute. Let me come back to my point again. Yeah. So yeah, as you have seen that I have already shared some videos of on concept of digital and coloring. I would like to recommend you guys to watch those videos from my YouTube channel. Okay. So today, let me explain you the concept of RoboSketch. First of all, understand the age criteria for participating in this competition is kids should be of 12 age or below 12. Okay. Now, in this category, we are giving some patterns that are based on some mathematical and engineering concepts. Okay. You need to draw it with the help of VR robot. You can use anything. There are two types of programming languages in VX Code VR. One is block-based coding, and second one is Python. If you are good in block-based coding, you can go for block-based coding. If you are good in Python, you can go for Python as well. But to win this competition, you need to complete this task in a minimum number of time while following the correct instruction rules. Okay? Don't uh, don't just do it in a minimum number of time. You need to follow some instruction that will be given to you on the day of the competition. Okay. And yes, task will be revealed on the day of the competition as well. And yeah, I will be the person who will be giving you training in all these three categories from tomorrow. So get yourself registered in actual training today, and we will meet tomorrow. And yes, Jenny, thank you. I will be excited to meet you all guys in training tomorrow. That is all from my side.
Okay. So
Is there
Jay,
any question? Anybody?
can you yeah, is there any question from your end? Jay, can you share what the screen would look like on Vex Code?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
definitely. See, first of all, they need to write it as the main URL for this website is vr.vex.com. Okay, wait a minute. Now I would like to share that screen. I'm taking time because I'm not familiarized with this software. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Mhm.
Okay, are you able to see my screen now? Okay, so Jenny, are you
Yes.
able to see my screen? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, guys, can you see when started block in some kind of dotted area? That area is your coding area where you are going to put some blocks from left hand side and arrange it in a random order. Just now, I am giving you a brief information. Okay, this is not your actual practice. I will give you more details in our actual class. So get yourself registered. Okay. Now, this is your coding area. You are going to pick up some blocks from left hand side. You can see there are various commands: drivetrain, magnet, looks, control, sensing, operators, variables, my blocks, and some comment blocks. Okay, so you are going to pick up some blocks as per the task given to you from left hand side, and you are going to drop it in your coding area. Now, if you want to delete it, just drag it to the left. It will get deleted automatically. Understood? Now, there are some interfaces like you can see over here in code view. You can see some tag opening and closing tag type of symbol in code viewer. Parallelly, when you will do the program in blocks, parallelly, your program will get automatically converted in Python language. So this is the main thing why this software is so powerful. The reason behind is that Side by side, it converts your code in Python language. Understood? If you are good in blocks, you will be able to understand each and every instruction in Python very clearly, and it will build up your fundamentals very strong. This is much needed. Understood? But in our training sessions, I would like to take you from blocks. The reason behind is that many of you will be the beginner. Understood? So Python language for the starting phase, I am stopping over that, and I would like to prefer blocks. Understood? Now, there are various playgrounds. You can see one option in the right top corner, playground. Okay, so in playground there are number of various tasks like grid map, number grid map. You can see we can solve out many tasks in this. Like for example, I will tell you guys to find out the odd numbers and even numbers out of total number 91. Understood? You need to check, prime numbers. How many prime numbers are there out of 91? Understood? Such kind of activity we will carry out in our actual session. Then we will also learn some applications of Pythagoras theorem, why Pythagoras theorem is needed in our life, why we are using it in maths. Understood? See, I'm a WEC certified teacher. What I'm doing is that I'm always making some combination of applied mathematics with coding. Understood? So that you guys can understand why you are studying maths, which concepts you are why these concepts you are studying in your school, and where it is going to get applied. Understood? I'm going to tell you each and everything in detail. Okay, so there are various playgrounds. Out of this, we are going to use in our training sessions grid map. Okay, because in RoboSketch, the official platform is grid map, on which we are going to give you some patterns you need to draw in grid map. Okay, then I am also going to use art canvas just to make you visualize the things much better. In grid maps, you will get some idea due to that square blocks, but in art canvas you will get some good knowledge of how to identify the angles. Okay, then disk transport, we are going to carry out one activity of disk drill using this platform, disk transport, where you need to pick up some disk, some color disk, and you need to put it down in some that square color box, particular square color box. Okay, now that's it. And yes, wall maze, how can I forget that? It's really very important. The third competition, coloring, it will be live event. Okay, you need to solve out this maze with the help of coding. Okay, in competition we are generally asking students for only two numbers. It can be any number. The numbers will be revealed one week before the competition. Okay, last time when I have conducted the competition, I have given numbers like number 1 and number 2. So you need to identify the path, and you need to code it. You need to code for it in minimum number of time. Those student who does it in minimum number of time, he or she will be the winner. Okay. Now, in playground, you can see there are some. I am not able to annotate, but don't worry. There are some options in which you can see camera type icon. Okay. This shows you can see robot from different angles. Okay, this is basically the angles from which you can see so many things, and this is the top view, how things will appear from the top of the screen. Okay, and then you can see some informations on playground like heading, rotation, front eye, down eye, location angle, bumper distance. Okay, these are the data. Basically, we are getting data from the robot. Okay, how it is moving, how much distance he has to travel, by what angle he is moving. Okay, all these things will be discussed in our actual class. Clear? Now, yeah, that's it. What else? More things you will come to know in our actual class, because when I will start doing some things, then only you will understand. Other than these much things you need to get clear. Okay, yeah. But don't forget
Okay.
this URL,
Yes. Just a reminder, Jay, that make sure that our viewers are going to go into RoboJam India's YouTube channel, because before the training, you have to watch the
Yes.
concept of, what was it, Jay, again? The
Yes, I have
concept of
already explained the concept of
uh,
base, that is colorant, and this drill. Please watch this video before you attend my lecture. And yes, those guys who are using tablets and mobiles, please click on this file option, and then from file, just click on this about. If your device is supported by this software, they will tell you yes and yes, so that it is comfortable to use this software in your mobile or any mobile device. Understood? So to just to check your compatibility, you need to check it from file. I will repeat it again. From file, you need to go and click on about. Okay. If you are having tablet or if you are using mobile, just click on this and get verified whether this software supports your device or not.
Okay,
Okay.
that helps a lot, because we do have a lot of
Yeah.
students, especially in the Philippines, who are only using tablet and their what you call it, phones. So make sure that if you are struggling with the interface, because it's going to be super small, make sure that you also unlock the rotation of your phone, because you can go sideways and lay out on portrait. Okay, so anything else, Jay, you want to say?
Yeah. See, I wanted to tell something regarding my experience. See, when I was in under training of Microsoft Azure, okay, now there I found one software in which you just need to program robot or anything, any machines in a block based coding only. Why? The software was based on AI and ML. It converts the blocks coding in any particular language, C, C++, Python, any. So this becomes nowadays mandatory for every kids to learn this block based coding. So it will help you guys in future. I think that in future text based coding is going to get eliminated, because this is the new trend. I hope everybody got cleared, and I'm really excited to watch you guys on my actual training sessions. And yeah, there is
Okay.
one more thing I wanted to tell you. There are some plus and minus sign. You can see in the bottom right corner. There are some symbols plus and minus. Okay, that means you need to just if you want your blocks to appear bigger, you can click on plus sign. Okay, to increase the size of the blocks, and to reduce the size of the blocks, you can click on minus sign. Okay, and then if your blocks are like this randomly on the screen, you can click on equal to sign. They will get arranged automatically in one by one. Understood? Previously it was working, right now I don't know
Yes,
why.
it's okay. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for whatever we learn a lot from the basics. So hopefully you guys register, so we can have you in our list. Okay, so those who will be signing on to that evaluation form, you will be checking mark which competition categories you want to join in, and we'll send you an email to give you the Zoom link for Jay's session starting tomorrow and Friday. So, but don't get us wrong. You're not going to do a full 1 week. We're not going to get all your data and your internet. So, when you sign in for, what was the first one, Jace? The Robo Sketch is going to be the first
11
hour,
a.m.
and that's 11 a.m. for India time, and that's going to be 1 o'clock to 3 p.m. in the Philippine time. Okay, we'll be sending you the time zone. It's crazy. I love the fact that the world is coming together in RoboJam, but then we have to, like, some people will sleep, some people won't sleep early. So if we want to learn, we make ways, we find ways in making sure that everybody learns and enjoy RoboJam, all RoboJams in the world. So go to the website also of RoboJam, so you can see all the other events. And Jay is going to have another one in the future, right, Jay?
And yeah, you I need to add one more thing. Those guys, those who are not able to attend the sessions, okay, these sessions will be recorded, and you can find it on both the channels, on RoboJam Philippines
Yes.
and on RoboJam India as well. So guys, those who are not able to attend due to schools or due to some time problems can go to, you can refer any of the channels, okay, for your reference purpose.
Okay.
Is there
Thank you so
any
much, Jay.
other
And
information? Is there any other
sorry.
information that we have?
No, I think we we already covered. Okay, so we will take you back to Hendrix. Hendrix.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Caddy. That is really wonderful. And I am assured that the participants have been informed more on how to become a expert and for the competition details. Or also thank you to Miss Jenelo Pangilinan for assisting Mr. Caddy. And there we have it. Thank you very much. And with that, we are now on the part of our event wherein we will be having our Q&A session together with Mr. J. Caddy for your questions. Of course, but see to it that I see the comment box. There's still no questions. Yes, they're tagging their friends. Yes, thank you very much once more. And yes, you can still continue on sending your questions so that we can accommodate it sooner and later on. And so I think we can wait for a bit for our participants to type their questions. Hmm. But I think you don't have any question or that you're fully informed already and that you're ready. And with that, from my special announcement earlier, it is now time for our first raffle event wherein we will be having four winners for this part of the raffle. The first two prizes will receive a frame from RoboVex, and the last two winners will receive a a voucher gift. But due to shipping process of our country, voucher will be the only prize for the winners from international. For the local winners, you will receive either the frame or a voucher gift. And the first winner, that will be, spin the wheel, please. We have a lot of names on the wheel. And who will be this last person to win the first prize? It is already stopping now from stopping. So from Miss Lane, Maxine Ballesteros. I think that is a for a local name. So you will receive a frame from RoboVex if you're from the Philippines. But if you're from international, then we can only send you a voucher gift. Our committee will contact you for you to claim your prize. Thank you. And we still have three more winners. And the second winner for this raffle event would be, spin the wheel, please. And now it is spinning. That is a lot of names. And the second lucky winner for this morning is Mr. Miss Joan Linnell M. Vinhez. All right, so our committee will contact you for you to claim your prize and we'll see what prize we will give it to you. Congratulations! We still have two more. So for those who haven't won, you still have your chances. The third winner of our raffle event would be no other than, spin the wheel, please. All right. I wonder who will win this game. There we have it. Oh. Queen Angelique ABS. Congratulations. Our committee will contact you for you to claim your prize. And the last winner for this raffle event would be, spin the wheel, please. Oh, it already stopped. That is Marian Dane S. Gertad. So our committee will contact you to claim your prize. Congratulations to all of the winners. Again, the prizes will be a frame from RoboVex. If you're the first two winners, and the last two winner will receive a voucher gift. If you're an international winner, then you will be receiving a voucher gift due to shipping processes. Congratulations once more for those who haven't won. You still have chances. We still have a lot of raffle events throughout our event, so please stay with us until the end. Thank you very much. And now, let me introduce to you a very special guest for this morning. He will let you know more about the RoboJam International community. He is the global director of RoboJam International, none other than Mr. Eduardo Restrepo. I hope you're doing good, Mr. Eduardo. Good morning. Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir, you're muted.
Hell, yeah, I know. I was muted. I just told me you can hear me now. Yes,
Yes,
we're
sir.
good.
We can hear
Okay,
you.
amazing, Hendrix. I'm doing great. It's amazing, like Jenny said before, that we're able to communicate all around the world. Here is the past. You're in the future, okay? Because here is still Sunday night. I'm here in Colombia, so all I can tell you, man, is that amazing. I've seen what Jay was explaining. I'm very happy that right now RoboJam is going to be in the Philippines, and I'm very happy to be talking to you right now, my friend. Please tell me your first name is Jimmy, because that will be so cool. Jimmy Hendrix.
Apparently, I only have one name, Hendrix. Jimi
That
Hendrix.
sounds great, man.
That could be my nickname. Who knows?
Well, we can call you Mr. Hendrix now. Okay, that's amazing. And Hendrix, here I am to talk a little bit about RoboJam. We're just gonna talk about it. There are many things to see and to say there on the web for our competition. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about it to explain what RoboJam is all about. So if I can, I'll start right now. I'm just gonna go
Yes, sir.
ahead and start with that. Thanks. So just to let you know a little bit about RoboJam for all those of you that are actually participating of this kickoff. First of all, before I start, I want to say thank you to Mr. J. Rajendra Kadu, our director in India, for actually helping us out. Also, to helping our director Jen Lu in this kickoff here in the Philippines. RoboJam is virtual robotics competition that first started last year. October, actually, we started October 31st and November 1st of 2020. The idea of starting our virtual robotics competition actually came from participating in many different robotics competition. I have been coach for over 10 years. I started in 2010 coaching different teams for different competitions, like the first Lego League. Then I continue with Bex. I still do Bex as well with Bex IQ in a place where I work at. And I have continued working on this and just teaching the kids how to develop all these abilities in these different competitions. And when the pandemic actually hit us, we realized we didn't have that space anymore. There were some virtual robotics competition that we started to participate in, and we realized that they were doing a good job, but there were things that were either repetitive or there were things that we thought could be done in a different way. Not necessarily better or that it was bad. No, it's just different, right? So we realized that we could actually create different challenges and actually mix challenges with simulator, like the Bex VR code simulator that we use, along with challenges with a physical robot. And it is very important that we understand that these challenges with physical robots, you're still doing it at home right now, but you can also create your robot, you can make your own track, and you can participate with people all around the world from your house. So there is something that I said quite often, and I love to say it because I think it's very true, especially right now, is they close the doors of our house, but they open the doors of the world to us. And they were there for us to open, but for whatever reason, we didn't open them before. So it is very important that we understand that this is just a space where we can explore and we can actually develop all these abilities. We're going to go ahead and we're going to talk a little bit about the different challenges that we have in RoboJam, in the RoboJam competition. Here in the Philippines, we're going to have 4 different challenges, 3 with the simulator and 1 that is an innovation challenge, which is the STEAM task. So we already talked about the coloring. So we already talked about that. So the coloring challenge is the one where we use the wall maze map. We give 2 specific points, and you have to, when the judges say 1, 2, 3, just start actually coding and executing. And from the moment they give you the go and you start coding, you start the time. Okay, it's not only the execution time, it's the coding plus the execution time that gives you your final time. Also, the robo sketch and the disc drill, what is cool about those 2 is that you only have 90 minutes to solve it. So you're giving up some instructions, they're giving an idea of what to do, and you have to code it, execute it, and record it to send it. So from the moment we start, we give the instructions. Let's say we give it right now. Bam! So 90 minutes starts right now. You have to start coding. You have to start, try an error. Just try to see if it works or it doesn't. And then record, send it. Once you send it, that at the moment you send it, that's your time. So from the time you start till the time you send, that's your complete time. And what is cool about it is that you don't know what the other teams are doing, if they did well, if they are faster than you, if they're slower than you. And other thing that is very cool is that even though it's the same challenge, everybody does it in a different way most of the times. So that is what is really fascinating about these challenges with Vex Code BR that we do in RoboJam. And just to be clear, there are many things that you can do, and there are many competitions, and there are many people doing different things, even with simulators. But what it's cool about RoboJam is, first of all, we are part of a network. And as a network, when you win one of the 3 first places in your challenge, you get to go to the RoboJam All Stars, which is our international events just for champions. Okay, just for the winners. In RoboJam All Stars, you are not going to find somebody who said, "Hey, I want to participate. How much I have to pay?" No, only the winners for the past competitions can be there. So you're going to find, for example, in Robo's case, you're going to find all the first 3 places from Colombia, India, Mexico, Slovenia, and Peru, because those are the competitions that already happen. And the RoboJam Beta, which was another competition we did in February this year. So those competitions already happened. There's already people around the world, teams around the world that are ready to compete. We have already teams, classified teams from, as I said before, India, teams from Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru. We have already classified teams from Kazakhstan. Okay, so we already have teams around the world that are classified to be there, plus all the teams that classified in Philippines. We have, for example, this weekend we have another competition in Ecuador. Then we have Paraguay, Panama, Spain. Well, we have Philippines, then we have Spain, Bolivia, we have Argentina, we have another competition in Mexico, and maybe we have probably another one in India right before the event. So look, it is very cool. That's the coolest thing, that I participate. And not only I participate, but if I do well and I in the first 3 positions, I can go and be in that international event, which is virtual, so I can do it anytime We're going to have to adjust probably the time zones, the schedules, as you could see, and I was saying before to Hendrix. This is something very cool about being able as a global community to connect and do these type of things. Okay, so we hope that you actually participate. All those of you that are already here in the kickoff that want to be in the, they're going to be in the different workshops with Jay. Please, I guarantee you that if you participate, you're not going to regret it. It's the type of competition that we have had teams that want to go over and over and over again. That's another thing. After you participate in one of our competitions, and if you don't win, there are also possibilities to participate in other competitions that come next for you to participate and maybe gain a spot. But you have to participate first in your zone. Okay. Now, remember that also because of the time zones, this is the competition. If you are on that side of the world, because I'm on the other side of the world, if you're on that side of the world, if you're Europe, Africa, Europe, or Asia, okay, or even Oceania, you can actually participate in Philippines, and it will be easier because of the time difference. When you participate in competitions in Latin America, you can still do it, but competitions in Latin America, we do them first language is Spanish, just to be clear about that. And also, we have a time difference. Right now, to give you an idea, right now it's 8 p.m. on Sunday night here in Colombia. Here in Latin America, we have the same time as Peru, Ecuador, Mexico, Panama, and other countries in the region. So, just to continue. So now we have those challenges in RoboJam Philippines. Just to give you an idea of everything we have in RoboJam, we also have other 4 challenges this year. What do I say this year? Because maybe next year we have more, or we have different challenges. Okay. And those 4 different challenges that we have right now are with physical robots. We have BumperBot. What is BumperBot? BumperBot is a square track, yes, a square field with 2 lines intersecting in the middle, yes. And with those, in that track, there are 10 different cups. And the robot has to take those cups out from the track as fast as he can. Okay. So that means the faster you do it, the better score you get, because that one will score. Okay. And you have 3 rounds, and you add the scores, and whoever has the best score at the end of 3 rounds wins. Lord, that's super difficult. How are you gonna do it? If I do bad in one, I'm not gonna win. Well, my friend, that hasn't been the case. There's usually something happening, and people actually try to they actually do better. Thank you, Hendrix, for that induction. So yes, so that one is the one we call BumperBot. Okay, that is BumperBot, and BumperBot is that competition that with a robot that has to be autonomous, meaning to program it before you have it ready. You don't know when it's going to start because it can start in different positions in the track, and that's the whole point of that. Apart from that, we have other 2 that you can see. One is called the Bristol Race. The Bristol bots are those little robots that are done with a brush, just like the one we have in the image. What is cool about those robots is that they're very simple to make. Those are for our students 12 and under. BumperBot is all ages, but Bristol Race is 12 and under. So what they do is they have to make that robot actually go straight in a track that is 1.5 meters, 1.5 meters, as fast as they can. Okay, so Just to give you an idea, our record is under 2 seconds that they have done. Okay, so they have done here in Colombia. We have that record here in Colombia. Okay, 1.8 seconds to go from the starting point to the finish line in 1.8 seconds. That's how fast these robots can be. Okay, and biped race is actually a, here we can see with a type of case they call the Auto robot, and Auto is one of those biped robots that you can use, but it's not the only one, right? Right now it's open. For example, with biped race, you can do it with a simple engine, with a simple motor, with batteries, however you want to do it. Okay, there are even a lot of tutorials online that show you how to do those type of robots. And same thing, from go is 1 meters from point A to point B as fast as they can, but they have to walk. Okay, that's what is called biped, because they have to go in 2 little legs. Just to give you an idea, last weekend we have RoboJam Peru going on, and the record, that was the first time I see that happening. Okay, because before that the record was 24 seconds. Right now the record, okay, this is all ages, okay, was done by an 8-year-old girl, only 8 years old, Micaela, from Peru, 8 years old, and she did it in 12 seconds. 12 seconds from point A to point B, from point to the finish line. That's how fast those robots can be as well. Okay, so that was amazing. And just to give you the context, the second place did it in 16 seconds. And he is a university. And the third place is a 12-year-old girl who did it in 18 seconds. So look at the ranges. Yeah, matter doesn't mean that because you're an adult, you're gonna do well. Sometimes kids do better than us. Okay, and that's the whole point of this. Having that is okay. Some people say, no, I better participate. I'm gonna register my kid to Bristol race because she's only 11. Some others say, no, I want her to participate. My daughter or my son, I want them to participate with the big ones, right? That can happen, and that is allowed. Okay, so no problem. And the other one, if we go a little further, we have the skill drive. With skill drive, I think is the one that last in our page. All this information you can find that in robojam.live. Okay, and also I think this information is as well. Some of this information is as well in the RoboJam Philippines page. But if you go to robojam.live, which is the official website, the one where we have all the different competitions, we have all the challenges and all that, you're going to see something, a skill drive. And a skill drive is a competition. So production, thank you if you help me out. Amazing. That last one, yes. With the Bex robot, yes. So as you can see, it's a track that you can actually print, just regular printer, and put together anywhere. You can put it in the floor, you can put it on a table, wherever you want. And what the robot has to do, it has to guide an object. In this case, it's like a cup, a 7-ounce cup that is around 7 centimeters in diameter, to go from point A to point B without leaving the line. You see that line? That line is supposed to be a guide. Okay, so it doesn't matter if the robot gets out. What cannot go out from that line is actually the cup. So this is the only challenge that is RC, is radio controlled. Okay, so what is cool about this challenge is it's up to the student, to the competitor, to actually have the skills to guide that robot through the line to push that up without that cup getting out from the line. Okay, that is what is very, very super cool about this challenge. Just to give you an idea, just to give you an idea, the fastest time so far, they did also in Peru last weekend, 20 seconds. 20 seconds to do it. It has a whole point system. When you get points, if you there are some divisions to it, some sections on the track, and for each section you get 10 points plus whatever time you have left from the 2 minutes that you have. Usually, for the most part, all the competitions have to be done in around 2 minutes with the physical robots. That's the maximum amount of time, 2 minutes. So if, for example, if you did in 20 seconds, you have 100 seconds left. That will be 100 points. Okay. So what is very cool about this competition and about these challenges is they are very different, right? They are actually very, very cool for those students to try and to do, right? Now, as I said, RoboJam Philippines, we're only going to have 4 challenges, the STEAM task, which actually you can find the video for this, the video explaining the STEAM task challenge a little bit in the RoboJam Philippines in Facebook, also in the STEAM Teacher YouTube channel. And that video is amazing because when we first designed the challenge, we designed it for a region here in Colombia called Chocó, which is actually one of the most biodiverse regions in the world. Okay, but also as the same as now I realize it's the same problem we have in the Philippines. We have a lot of problems with actually getting to clean water, actually getting being able for communities to actually have drinkable water they can actually use. And even though it's a region rich in water resources, sometimes the water is contaminated and they cannot use it. So it is, when I saw the video for the Philippines, I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize we set up this idea of doing something with water, actually cleaning the water, make the water accessible and all that. And I didn't realize it's actually true. It is a global problem. I kind of knew that, but I just realized that when I watched that video, I was like, oh, I'm amazing. I'm like, we can relate to that. That same problem we have, it's in the Philippines, it's in here in Colombia as well. And we're thousands and thousands of kilometers apart. Okay, we're on the other side of the world, and still we share the same issues. And that's why this competition is super important. So STEAM task, amazing, that innovation challenge. I hope that you actually participate in that one because there's so much you can do. In Colombia already, 3 teams already classified for the RoboJam Stars. So we hope to have more to classify to that one. Again, and the other 3 challenges, Colorinth, RoboSketch, and Israel, amazing challenges to participate and all that. Apart from the challenges, I want to talk about a little bit about the global community that is RoboJam right now. Okay, so if the one who is in production, if you can help me, that will be great. If you can go to the events page, and that way we can actually show everybody all the different events that we have. So you can see that the next event that we have is RoboJam Ecuador. That is actually this weekend. It's happening next week. Then we have RoboJam Paraguay. Then we have Panama. After Panama, we have, of course, the Philippines, which is where we are here for. After the Philippines, we have Bolivia, then Spain, then we have Argentina, Mexico, and you're going to see after Mexico, you're going to see RoboJam All Stars because, I mean, India's as we're still working on details, right? That's why it's not official there yet. It's working on details, but hopefully we'll be there soon. You're gonna see that after RoboJam starts, we can also see we have also competition in Nigeria. Unfortunately, it was postponed. We couldn't do it this year for different reasons. The same with Ethiopia. Hopefully next year we will be able to do those. RoboJam Beta already happened. It happened in February. February was like the first competition we had this year. Then we had India with our friend Jay, who actually organized it. We had 25 teams from different countries. We have teams from Tunisia, Turkey, India, of course, and another country that slips my mind right now. There were like 4 different countries. And Brazil, of course. We did Colombia already. We did Slovenia, and we just came from Peru last weekend. So you're going to see that RoboJam is a true global community in that sense, as many others. Yes, for example, there are many other competitions that are built as global communities. There are competitions like RoboRay, Bex, all the first competitions as well. So that's what we're trying to accomplish with this. So we are very, very happy that you're here with us in the first place, taking part of this global community that is RoboJam. Well, right now, RoboJam Philippines. I mean, all I can say is that I'm super, super, super happy to have you. You're gonna see in the robojamph.com page, you're gonna have all the information regarding RoboJam Philippines. Our directors, we have all the directors there as well. We have Oliver from Slovenia, Gilmer from Peru, Marcelo from Ecuador, Guillermo in Paraguay, Sara in Panama, Bolivia with Jorge. We have Eduardo. We are 3 Eduardos, okay? So we have to, here when we have meetings, we have to say the last name, otherwise 3 people at the same time. So Eduardo Sanrufo from Spain, Eduardo Cruz is from Mexico, Ana from Argentina, Meheret from Ethiopia. We have also our friend from Nigeria. We also have, and of course, I'm in charge of Colombia as well. And Mr. J, of course, Mr. J from India. And we have had, as I said before, RoboJam Beta was truly international. We have 11 countries in that one. For RoboJam Stars, we hope to have more than 20 countries participating. Right now, we already have like clear that they have invitations to participate, at least 7 different countries. However, there are some countries that have not registered yet. They have till October 10th register. So far, we have registered. We have 5 countries registered so far. We have Colombia, Slovenia, India, Kazakhstan, and I think Peru, if I'm not wrong. So the whole idea of this is we want you to participate. We want you to be part of this. We want you to be part of history. This is history in the making. It's the first time, okay? We have a virtual robotics competition. We have had actually competitions that are in person that have these global communities, but it's the first time in a virtual robotics competition that we have a global community and we have an international tournament. Okay. Yes, there are many different other competitions that have done their own international competition, but they come from in-person activities. They just translate. They use the scenes because of the pandemic. They cannot push their competitions virtual and in a very different way. Okay. But our competition was designed to be virtual to the sense that we don't only use simulators with physical robots as well, because even though it's virtual, we also use physical robots. And we also try to give all the tools for participants to do it from their own homes and be able to have the same experience. That's the whole point, and that's the whole idea of RoboJam. I I actually I already say thank you many times to Jay. I also want to say thank you to somebody that we're gonna have later on, which is Mr. I think he's gonna be after me if I'm not wrong. If he didn't do it already, Mr. Andy Lee from for Innovation First, which is the company that is behind all Bex. For I just want to thank him because even though he was not the one who did it, but he's behind the company who actually did it. Bex Code BR is an amazing tool. And it's an amazing tool that people around the world have been able to use, and kids around the world have been able to use in order to learn. And that's the most amazing thing of all. I want everybody who's watching right now, if you have any questions, go ahead and please ask me any questions you want. Okay? Any questions you want. Even if you want to know what time is here in Colombia, I don't care. Any questions you have, please write them right now. I mean, take advantage of this time. It is amazing that we are able to do this. I have here Jen with me. I have Mr. Jimi Hendrix with me as well. Amazing. I'm so happy to
Actually,
be here.
they didn't post on that, but I'm getting like I was on my phone. I was checking. Somebody's asking, where are we going to get? Wait, what did she say? She said, "Hi, coach. Where can we download the Vex code, VR code? Do they have to
Okay,
download, Eduardo?"
but very cool. That's the coolest thing of everything. That Bex Code BR is actually an online software. Okay, it's online and it's free. So all you have to do is go to br.bex.com. br.bex.com. And if you go to that link, it just opens for you. Okay, and you can use it. You don't need to register. You don't need to download anything. It allows you to download whatever you do to download the code and save it in your computer, and then you can upload it and continue working on it. That's amazing. So that's something that's why I was saying thank you to Andy and his company because it's
Yeah.
such an amazing tool. I mean,
Yes.
I love
Speaking of
Bex
Andy,
and I feel go
yeah,
ahead.
he's trying to go. Andy is trying to go in, so I have to like kick my screen. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Okay, I told him like try again, please. Okay, so what's cool about this
um,
Vex Code VR is for free, correct? Like
yes,
they don't
absolutely
have to
free.
pay. They don't have to pay for any subscription. Yes, and then if you guys want to see and check it out, if you have the opportunity, we already posted it on our comment section. Now, Andy is here. Let me add him into the screen. There you go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are.
Okay. Let me put in Jay also because they haven't met. And I would put so
Namaste
we
from
can also
India.
do the photo shoot before everyone else leaves because they have to sleep as well. Let me add Wax. So Wax is the director or like the president of Power Incorporated, where we have these organizations have been partnering with STEMified Robotics, which I also represent. So all of us here, and Hendrix is my very good friend who is actually an on-call MC. So please, everyone, say thank you to Hendrix because he didn't sleep last night because I keep asking him to change stuff. Okay, so maybe we can do the photo opportunity real quick before everyone gets lost somewhere because it's hard to work on an international stage because people are on
True
different
that.
time zones. All right, let me try one real quick because my head is cut off. I don't want to cut off head. Okay, one, two, three. Smile. Okay, one more. One, two, three. Okay, guys who are watching, please excuse our vain vanity for today because
Wait
we
a minute.
it's very rare
Jenny,
that we're on the
I
same
wa-
time zone.
wait a minute. I will take one
True that.
screenshot over it because you have taken from
Okay, sure.
selfie. That's why.
Yes, yes,
Well,
okay.
Yeah, I won't be able to do namaste, but it's okay.
It's okay.
it's
Okay.
okay. I just want to say something,
Wait a minute,
Jenny,
sir.
and
I
it's
want to take one snap.
Okay. One
okay. Go ahead,
screenshot.
Jay.
Okay, good. Go ahead, Jay.
Really quick, really quick.
One, two, three. Say cheese.
Queso.
Queso
Thank
costeño.
you.
Hey,
All right.
I'm gonna say something, and Jenny, before we get all over, is first of all, as I was saying, and I say it many times, and I'm gonna repeat it. I want to thank Mr. Andy Lee from Bex Robotics from Innovation First. First of all, for helping us out in this kickoff to help. We're spreading awareness about why it's important also to participate in this type of events. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's Bex, it doesn't matter if RoboJam, it doesn't matter if it's on our platform. What matters is that we stimulate and we push the students to actually be in this type of environment so they can gain those skills that eventually will help them out in the world because they can be used in any type of field. So I want to thank him as well because Bexcode VR is amazing. It's an amazing tool that has allowed us to do so many things. So it just as a representative from the Bex company, I want to thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's an honor to be with you here in the same screen. Uh, we are just a very very humble competition that wants to do many things as Bex have done already. So thank you and hello.
Thank you, Eduardo. I just want to thank you for those kind words. We set out at the beginning of 2020. We weren't even sure if we were going to launch Vexcode VR. We had it in the plans and we rushed it to launch. And this was something that we found to be the right move for the pandemic because we knew that a lot of people, they're going in and out of their hybrid learning situation. They might have been happily learning in the classroom and then all of a sudden schools shut down and then what do you do? So it's been a very difficult, almost a year and a half since we launched it. We launched it in April 2020. And since then, we've found that no matter where people are around the world, that Vexcode VR has been a very useful tool. So we're very happy. We're very pleased to see groups such as RoboJam utilize our tool to be able to share the knowledge, get people started. It's always starts, every journey starts with the first step. So we're very happy that a lot of students are able to begin their programming journey. So thank you for promoting this.
All right. So now we have 11 countries signed in, so we're all over the place. Hopefully we get this up and running for a very long time. Hopefully. Okay. So any other words you want to say, Eduardo, before you sleep? Because I don't want to
Oh,
keep you up too late.
it's not late. It's 8:26 p.m. on Sunday. So I'm talking from the past. You guys are in the future. I always say you
Oh
are
yeah.
ahead of us right now because you're the future right now.
Mhm.
All I'm going to say is it's amazing. I hope the ones that are signed up for the different workshops take advantage of this opportunity. We hope that not only participate in the workshops, but hopefully you participate in the competition as well to be able to put in place, to put in practice everything you're learning. The idea is to put in practice. It's a space to have a competition, right? Cooperate and compete at the same time. So that competition, as they say in some places, is to be able to cooperate with other people and compete in a very safe and nice environment. So we hope that you take advantage of this. All I have to say again, 1,000 times thanks to Jay for actually giving his time to do these workshops, for Jen to organize. Hendrix, thank you for being part of this as well. well and help you, and for having such an amazing and cool name. I love that name, Mr. Hendrix. I'm going to call you Jimi Hendrix, but amazing. And all I can say is thank you. We hope that you participate in RoboJam Philippines, be part of the RoboJam family. Hope to see you there.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eduardo. How about you, Sir Jay? Do you still have some message to our viewers?
Yes, my message is very simple that I will, the training which I will be starting from tomorrow, um, I will start from zero. Okay, those who are not knowing what is mean by programming, okay, they will also they will be also able to understand from zero. Okay, and I then slowly I will take them to the advanced level. Okay, sir, I will try to innovate from my side that I will see. I'm really good in math, so I will try to innovate in art canvas. I would like to draw some patterns that is based on mathematical concepts. In upcoming time, I will be uploading some videos on YouTube that will be based on mathematics and coding, so that each and every students, those who are reading in school, what kind of means whatever topics they are studying in mathematics, they will be relate. They can relate that topics in programming as well. So that will be my vision.
Thank you very much, Mr. J. All right. So, to the viewers, don't hesitate to subscribe on Mr. J's channel on RoboJam India. And also, Mr. Eduardo has shared the website from the Beer of X. So, please check that out. We have it on our comment section. All right. So once more, thank you very
Yes.
much, Mr. Eduardo. You've truly inspired us. I've heard the story earlier from the 8-year-old girl who finished the event for 8 seconds. And I think if I'm that university
Yeah.
guy, oh my god.
Yeah, and also for the viewers, Eduardo also has his YouTube channel. What is the name of your YouTube channel? Sorry, I forgot.
Well, you can find it as youtube.com/Mr. Roboto. Mr. But the full word, Mister, Mr. Roboto. And if you go youtube.com/Mr. Roboto, you can go there to YouTube. We have videos mostly in Spanish because we're here in Latin America, but we also have playlists in English from some videos and some tutorials, especially for Vex Code. We have tutorials in English as well. So you can access those from our channel, and also in Facebook. Those of you that have Facebook, you can go to Mr. Roboto page in Facebook and the RoboJam page, the official RoboJam page for the organization in Facebook, as RoboJam Peru, Ecuador, Philippines, India, and Slovenia that are in Facebook as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eduardo. That is noted. And please subscribe to Mr. Eduardo's channel for you to check out more of their details for the event. Thank you very much. And I think we can now move forward to the next part of our event. But before we proceed to the talk of Mr. Lydia, whom you could already see, we can now proceed to the second part of our raffle event. Yeah, so please show on the screen the spinning wheel. Right. Right. So now it is time again to test your luck. Our second part of raffle will start. Now the first prize will be a frame from RoboVax, and the second prize will be a voucher gift. The first prize will be received by no other than spin the wheel, please. And it is all spinning. That is a lot of things. I can barely see it. Right. So congratulations to Anjan D. Perlas. Our committee will contact you for your prize. Congratulations. But please expect some delays due to our current situation. The last winner for this raffle will be no other than here we have it. Congratulations, team. Omar Vitor Valdevar. I'm sorry if I read that wrong, but congratulations. Our committee will contact you. If you are an international winner, you will receive a voucher gift, and our committee will contact you. Once more, congratulations to all of the winners. And for those who haven't won, you still have chances. We still have three more raffles throughout the event, so please stay with us until the end. Congratulations and thank you. And now, moving forward, allow me to introduce to you one very amazing person and a guest who will discuss VEX education and competition. He is currently the director of VEX, VEX Asia and the president of IFI HKLTD, no other than Mr. Andy Lee. Good morning, Mr. Lee.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. Hopefully, all of you can hear me. So, just a quick thumbs up. Fantastic. So, I'm going to share with you just a quick presentation. You probably have seen a little bit about VEX robotics through the VEX Code VR, but you may not know too much about the rest of our platforms. And it really helps to understand what potential that you can unlock. So, if I can just share my screen with you, just one moment. And you should be able to see a VEX robotics screen in front of you. So who is VEX Robotics? Well, we're a US-based company. My name is Andy Lee. I'm from VEX Robotics here in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, we support Asia Pacific. So that's about 25 different countries. So for some of you that are outside of Asia Pacific, I can certainly connect you to the appropriate representative for VEX Robotics. But for the majority, especially about RoboJam Philippines, you're in the right place. I can help you out. So we have 10 different offices around the world. And what really is phenomenal is that we got started in the United States. Our headquarters is in Dallas, Texas. We got started about 20 years ago, 1999. And this was two engineers. One was a mechanical engineer. The other was electronics engineer. And they realized is that in order for them to be able to take on these wonderful engineering projects is that they really needed to develop talent. We got involved in educational robotics competitions from a very young start. 20 years ago, we got started with something called the first robotics competition. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but that's one of the granddaddies of robotics competitions, especially out of the United States. From there, we were part of the inaugural team, and we've been a supporter ever since. So although we have our own robotics competitions, we support a lot of other groups, including RoboJam, and you can see that with the different tools that you're using to be able to learn how to code remotely. So we'll get into that in just a little moment. So the key part about VEX Robotics, to introduce that again to you, is that we offer standards aligned curriculum. We're here to help educators. We also have certification, professional development, so that the teachers can understand and learn how to use our tools and resources to teach with. We supply programming software, not only just hardware, but software, which you're using today. VEX Code VR is a wonderful platform to introduce you to programming physical objects. So you can do this virtually first and then transition to the classroom. Our VEX Robotics competition, we've won a couple of awards in the past, Guinness World Records for the largest in-person and also recently in May, the largest online robotics tournament. So it's thanks to the audience, competitors like you, that are helping to make our platform so popular. Last not least, we provide a lot of support, a lot of online information through our over 700 now articles in our knowledge base. This is our repository of frequently asked question articles that talk about everything related to robotics. So please check it out, and I'll add some links and send those to the organizers to share with everybody a little bit later. So where do we get started? Well, as I mentioned, we have a lot of foundational pillars, one of them being our hardware. So we have educational robotics hardware, starting with, say, VEX 123, which is for ages 4 to 9. Then VEX Go, which is for ages 8 to 12. Some of you might be familiar and already use the VEX IQ platform, which is for ages 10 plus. And then we've got VEX V5, which is for older students, high school students, age 14 plus, and also very proud to introduce something that takes you to career. It's called WorkCell, which I'll share in just a moment. I'll go into a little bit more detail about each. So our continuum spans really from pre-kindergarten all the way to career. And this is very unique because there's no other robotics hardware platform that covers this span. And we go into a lot of depth at each level. But this is very useful if you are a curriculum director, or even if you're a student and you're wondering, okay, what next? What else should I explore? So starting first with, depending if your age, teaching kindergartners, we have the VEX 123 robot, which also comes with a tablet with these tiles that you can just program your physical 123 robot by placing those tiles in sequence and then executing the code. You can also transition later to using a tablet, any Bluetooth enabled tablet, to be able to code your 123 robot. We have classroom activities as well as professional development, and this is really the entry point for people to understand the foundational concepts of coding. Already you've experienced our VEX Code VR, which teaches you how to program in blocks, Scratch 3.0, and then later you can transition into text using Python. So we're very happy to provide these on-ramps for people to begin their journey and then accelerate their path so that they can go to a much higher level. Next is our VEX Go. VEX Go is a mechatronics kit, so that you would build the robotics kit into different devices or mechanical mechanisms. And on top of that, you can power it. You can add motors, you can add sensors, and then later you can code it. So this is something that you would actually build, and you're able to explore even deeper experiences in mechatronics. Of course, this is a great tool to transition to if you're using VEX Code VR, because you may notice down here in the left is that the robot looks very similar to what's in VEX Code VR. So there's a lot of similarities. You're programming in blocks in VR. You can then go into the classroom and program your Go using the same format. There's quite a bit of activities. We also have a lot of different summer camps, so shorter extensions. So if depending on how much time that you have and how advanced that you want to go, I can share with you some other useful tools with our camps. This is something that you can also use for VEX Code VR. Next is VEX IQ. This is our more advanced mechatronics plastic construction kit. It has a brain, 12 ports that accepts motors and sensors. We have a lot of different sensors. There's 7 different sensors that are included in the kit. This is something that you can also program in blocks and then transition into text. In this case, actually C++. Lots of professional development, as well as we begin our robotics competition with VEX IQ. So it's called the VEX IQ Challenge. And I'll talk about our competition towards the end here. Moving forward, progressing, we have VEX V5. This is our metal construction system. So this allows you to build a much more robust, stronger, more powerful, more advanced robot. The cool part about this is it's very easy to build with. Using the metal, it's using tools. You're able to screw together or bend or cut the metal according to your design. We have advanced microcontroller. This is the brain of the robot with 21 ports that allow you to be able to read on the 4.5-inch screen, the touch screen, get a lot of diagnostics about what's happening with your robot at any point in time. So this is something that's really cool, is that you're able to troubleshoot and problem solve much more quickly using the interface of the touchscreen. As well as that, we have a remote control that has a LCD screen on it. So you can run the program that you might have loaded up to your robot by just using your joystick. You don't have to take your robot and plug it into a computer. You don't have to go to your robot and physically touch and work through the interface there to change the program. You can do that all with the remote control. Again, you're probably going to see a common theme here is that we have standards aligned curriculum as well as professional development. So we really want to make sure is that educators are familiar with how to teach this so that they get the confidence that they can run this activity. Next, and at the higher point here, is that we have VEX V5 work cell. So what this is a 5-axis robotic arm. And in fact, I have one right behind me. I'm not sure if you can see that right there. So WorkCell introduces students to career paths in industrial robotics. I don't think that there's anyone listening to today's broadcast that doesn't believe that robotics and coding are going to be important tools in the future, right? So what this is that this is a robotics arm with a conveyor system as well as sensors. So you could use this in a lot of different applications. So the previous robots that we showed you, 1, 2, 3, Go, IQ, V5, a lot of them are mobile robots. So they have wheels, they have a drivetrain, they move around. This is desktop application so that you can set this up and you can work on this in order to be able to create a system that is able to work with other robotic arms or other sensors and be able to build towards automation. So think of all the practical applications. You probably have seen robots now that are able to pick and pack different objects inside an industrial warehouse. So that's a logistics, industry application. We've seen these being used in transportation, certainly at airports where they're able to pick and pack and be able to process luggage. You could think of this where it might be used in a hospital setting, which is very relevant, where you might have a robot that you don't want humans interacting with each other due to COVID, is robots working with each other to be able to either pick up medicine, deliver medicine, or maybe even towards surgical robots. So all of this is very, very relevant for jobs in the future. And we want you, bright students, bright users of Vexcode VR, to be able to be familiar with how can I apply this knowledge? What's a real world problem that this is applicable to? And go out there and be the future leaders and innovators. So that was the hardware. Again, our pedagogy is that we want to make sure is that there's a thorough scaffold. So if you are working with school, or if you're a teacher, you're wondering, well, how do I take what I've learned here in grade 1 and be able to apply this in grade 2 and be able to scale that and be able to build upon that foundational knowledge to take me all the way to career level. So we do that with our STEM labs. That's our standards aligned curriculum. Now, by what standards, what do I mean? Well, in different educational circles, what they are actually teaching you is going to be part of an ecosystem of information that you're going to be able to have that standardized. So that no matter what, if I have a teacher and all of a sudden they move on to a different school, well, the new teacher is going to come in and they'll say, okay, well, how am I going to assess these students learning at this level? They should know this in math. They should know this in science. They should know this in English or arts. Now, STEM learning is rather new, so there's not a lot of standards for computer science at the elementary and high school level at the moment. But there are standards that we are following to teach computer science, such as Computer Science Teachers Association standards, CSTA. So this is what we're hoping is the beginning of many countries looking at how to offer coding in school, because at the moment, most likely you're just being offered this as an after-school activity outside of the curriculum. We would love to see that robotics and coding be introduced within the curriculum so that you can intertwine what you're learning in maths and science with all of these modern tools. No matter what you do in life, whether you want to be a designer, you want to be an artist, we all realize that technology is a very, very useful, powerful tool. So we want to make sure that you are familiar with that so that you can go on and you can be able to live and unlock your potential to the fullest. So again, we didn't just create this as a set of instruction manuals, follow step 1, step 2, step 3. What we want to do is impart upon you, these are the general concepts of what we're trying to teach. And then you, as an educator or as a student, you can choose your learning journey. So if you want to move more towards mechatronics, mechanical engineering, electronics, you can. If you want to focus on computer science, you can. If you want a more math background, we've got a journey for you as well at each one of our different levels. So what the educator earns is actually a certification. So we have educator certification where you actually go through a class, you have to register, but it's for free. You register for these or learn at your own pace. So we've got this for all of our different platforms as well as our competition. So if you're interested about VEX competition, we can show you how you can begin your journey and be able to earn the certification that will make you knowledgeable to be able to compete. So about VEX Code VR, well, I think that you're all very aware of this, but you may not know is that this is something that's been very, very useful in lots of different countries, as well as it's been translated into a lot of languages. So this is where we are not only trying to teach students how to progress from blocks into text-based programming, but also be able to be familiar with how the logic works, so that also they can use this as a language tool. They can go from their native language, whether it's Spanish or maybe it's Chinese, maybe it's Japanese, but you can also use this as a language tool to be able to understand English Roman alphabet programming, because when you get to a career level, all programming languages are in English. So again, this is part of our preparation to make sure that students and educators are prepared to be able to take this to their career skill set and be able to build upon that. So you're very familiar with moving through the interface. Again, the wonderful part about VR is that it's browser based. You don't need to download anything. And this was done for privacy reasons. In a lot of different countries, there's a lot of privacy requirements for students. So please, understand is that this is something that was made to be as a useful tool. Please share with others that this is something that you're doing. We've got a lot of certifications for teachers, but also for the activities. You might be familiar with our coral reef cleanup. This is where you are programming a robot to pick up plastic trash from the ocean, and you're doing it before your battery runs out, as well as you're able to see how well you have done by how many kilos of trash that you've been able to pick up. Now, I believe that with RoboJam, you are going through a lot of these different activities and going through this. But with the VEX Code VR Coral Reef Cleanup, you can actually earn a certificate. It will show your name as well as how much trash that you've been able to pick up from the ocean. There's a lot of other extensions that would draw upon science or math or statistics that you can do. So all you need to do is visit hoc.vex.com, and there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can learn about acidification of the ocean and what is potential hydrogen, what is pH value, and why this is important for the coral reefs, and why we want to make sure is that the ocean is not too basic or the ocean is not too acidic. So all of this helps to make us understand our impact to this earth. And that's very important, is be able to solve a real world problem. Well, we have to go into the real world. We have to understand this terminology and these concepts. So that's part of our programming pedagogy, where we start with tactile programming, maybe just not even using a computer device. We might just use our fingers to be able to press some buttons and understand sequencing, a series of events, where then we can also see that same programming on a screen, these blocks, and then we can execute that code and we can see the robot perform, and we can see how does this make that robot actually move. And we may understand some other concepts with physics, applied physics like friction or center of gravity, issues that we didn't take into account in the virtual environment, but we know that is very important in the real world. Then transitioning from block type programming to blocks and text, as you might be aware with VEX Code VR, we have this wonderful feature that you can just press a icon and you can see the same programming language in Python. And then lastly, we transition into career readiness with being able to program in C++ with our VEX Code Pro V5. So at every point in your journey, we have a very simple interface. You can start and program even our V5 robot, our high school robot, in Scratch. But it's important is that later is that we progress. We give you more challenges, and then you're able to move towards industry level programming. Now, by the way, I'm just monitoring the private chat. If there are any questions, please type them in, and I will try to be able to answer all of them towards the end of this presentation. Okay, so please type them in. You're more than welcome to ask me questions, but if you don't mind typing them in, that would be wonderful, and I'll address them towards the end of this presentation. So moving forward, this has been one really, really challenging year for educators and students, parents as well. I think that the COVID situation is in flux. Information is dynamic. It's been very challenging for us to be able to plan, especially if there's in-person competition or in-person activity. So what we've done is we've created something called COVID resources for VEX, covid.vex.com. And what we're able to do is to show people how they can use VEX Code VR to teach remotely, or how to use the information in VR and be able to transition back into the classroom, or how to run a safe classroom and a hybrid classroom by disinfecting your robot parts, by making sure that you're socially distanced, by making sure that you are able to have those lessons transition from the classroom back to learning at home and vice versa, so that you remain flexible. Because I think if there's one thing that this pandemic has taught us, it's resilience. We've got to be able to adapt to change. That's the only constant. This is the last part of the conversation, which is the VEX robotics competition. And this is a very important journey for a lot of people, because what it is that it is a project or problem-based learning journey. So the VEX robotics competition, currently we start with VEX IQ, and we go all the way, and we utilize some of our other parts, which I didn't actually go into. We have an even higher level called VEX Pro that's used for third-party competitions. Now, this is something where if you have the machines and you have the tools, you might fabricate the metal. You might use CNC, computer and numerical control machines, to be able to mill, to be able to cut and subtract material to make the parts that you need. Now, this is usually a higher level reserved for elite high schools or universities, because you actually have to be familiar with this machine tools. This is not a entry point for people just to, randomly make parts. We want them to get to this level, but that's why we start with our different platforms, 1, 2, 3, Go, IQ, V5, then get into more advanced applications. But we find that the students who get to this level, wow, the stuff that they've built, the competitions that they're competing in is absolutely wonderful. This competition history for VEX has been a long journey. We've had a lot of years of experience. So trust us is that we want more and more users to become familiar. And we've created a lot of useful tools for our 2 games. This is the VEX IQ Challenge. It's called Pitching In. It's a 6-foot by 8-foot field. And this year's competition, what you're trying to do is build a robot that can score 3 ways. Be able to pick the balls out of their corral, be able to deliver them into the goal at the top. There's a big section that you can shoot the balls into or lift them in. And then to be able to lift your robot either low hang or high hang off of the field. This all has to happen in 1 minute. You have 2 robots on the field, and they're working together, collaborating in order to score. Then we have the VEX robotics competition called Tipping Point. This is using the metal V5 robot. Again, 3 ways to score. You're trying to pick up these little rings and be able to deliver them on the mobile goal, move the mobile goal either onto the platform that teeter-totters. So this is super challenging because there's 4 robots on the field all at once. You have 2 alliances. One is red, one is blue. There's 2 robots on the red alliance that are working together, and there's 2 robots on the blue alliance that are working together, okay? There's a autonomous portion of it where it's 15 seconds of coding only, and then there's the driver competition where you are also trying to score. You're working offensively and defensively in order to solve for this year's challenge. So this is on a 12 by 12 foot field, so much bigger. But these are the physical robotics competition. We also usually get started right about now in June, where we have our new season that starts, and then there's competition where teams register their team number, they start to build, they think about their strategy, they might have some local events to attend. And there's national events in December, typically. We also have some online challenges, and then we have planning. You'll know if you did well and you competed to represent your country, to compete in our VEX Worlds competition, which is held in April and it'll be held in the United States. Now, this is our physical robotics competition. What we're also proud to announce, and I'll play a video right now, is that we have a virtual skills competition. So I'll just play this.
Are you ready to begin planning, strategizing, and coding your robot for the new competition season? Simply register a team and get started with VEX Virtual Skills Coding for the 2021-2022 VEX Robotics Competition and VEX IQ Challenge Games. Experience the fun and excitement of skills challenges while learning computer science with VEX Code VR. You can take advantage of knowledge-based articles, lessons, and teacher resources today at vrskills.vex.com.
So what that is I introduced the physical robotic game, but we also have a virtual version of this. So this allows you, in case if you cannot compete in person, is to practice your coding for being able to solve this year's challenge with the same interface that you're used to. You're familiar with VEX Code VR. Well, in order to code your IQ robot, we have a same browser-based interface, codeiq.vex.com, that you are able to program your robot to compete in this season's challenge, not just for VEX IQ, but also for VEX Robotics competition for our tipping point. You're able to, if you are registered, you're able to submit your score and see your rankings on a global basis. So we have a lot of resources. We are very unique because we're very vertical, meaning is that not only do we develop our hardware that goes from entry level to very advanced, we also develop our software that is, you are familiar with, VEX Code VR and all of the different layouts for the different platforms. So as you progress through VEX, you don't have to learn a new interface. It's all going to be very familiar to you. We also have created for specifically for the pandemic, something called live remote tournament. This allows you to take your physical robot and to be able to compete virtually against other physical robots that might be separated by thousands of kilometers. So this is very unique. We are the only robotics competition that allows you to do this. Other robotic competitions that are online, and it might just be a webcam and someone watching this. All robots start at the same time. We're able to score online, and we're able to submit those scores if you cannot compete physically. We also have even further plans. So this is giving you a peek into the future, is that we have our VEX AI competition. So this is for teams that are quite elite. They're very familiar with programming. This is going to be a 2-minute robotic competition, programming only, 4 robots on the field competing for a tipping point. So this is very unique because you need quite a bit of hardware using our game position sensor or our GPS. We call it GPS sensor, but it's actually game position sensor, using our VR camera as well as a microprocessor to be able to see what's happening in real time so that you can be able to score and be able to compete. So we have teams from all over the world competing, and we'd love to see you at one of our competitions, whether it's online or in person. As I mentioned, we've won awards. This is our most recent one in May 2021 from Guinness World Records for hosting the world's largest online robot championship. It's like the Olympics, which just came to a close. VEX Robotics competition is like the Olympics for robotics. And we have a lot of big stakeholders that are interested to meet you at our competition. So again, we mean what we say. We want to create career pathways. So what better way for someone from Google or Tesla to find people who've been able to solve real world problems than to go visit our competition and watch you compete? So that's it from me. I'm Andy Lee from VEX Robotics. If there's any questions, please let me know. I'll share this presentation with the organizers. I'll work on some questions here. And please type them in if there's any questions at the moment. Let's see if I can find a question here. If there's any questions, you can also email.
I did put Jay and Eduardo. I think Jay, you have a question, right?
Yeah. Sir, I wanted to ask you one question. How to get hired in Vex Robotics?
Well, we actually have a lot of interns. Usually it's someone with a lot of experience in our robotic competition. So I highly encourage you to get started with our educator certification, be part of our event partner network, run some competitions. There's certainly a lot of potential, especially in markets like India, where there's more and more groups that are interested in running events. So, for example, we had through one of our partnerships with Google, this was planned for October of last year. We were supposed to host a robotics competition in Hindustan. And this was something that was supposed to take place where we'd have university students. We'd also be working to try and encourage young women to progress into engineering roles. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we could not host it. But if there are people who are already hosting events, whether it's online or in person, please let us know. Please register. That's the only way that we know if you're doing something. If you're registering your events, you can go to robotevents.com, which is at the lower link here, robotevents.com. And that's where you can find one of the many thousands of events that are happening around the world. So we encourage you to list your events so that people can find out about it, so that it's well known. Okay, so usually we have a lot of interns join us so that we can get to know them and they can see what it's like to work at Innovation First and Vex Robotics. So that's my recommendation. I do see a question from Mr. Roboto Eduardo. Thank you for asking. Can you explain about the certification for coaches? Yes, absolutely. So what you can do is that you can just go to a URL called certifications.vex.com. And then from here, there's two sections. One is for our education and one is for our REC Foundation certification programs. Now, REC stands for Robotics Education and Competition Foundation. That's our nonprofit governing body of our robotic competition. So they come up with the rules. They're the ones that officiate. They're the ones that organize people to compete. They're working with our stakeholders to be able to run online competitions or be able to offer scholarships, for example. There's lots of scholarships available to universities overseas. So from this, you're able to click on REC Foundation certification, and actually we have quite a few. If you wanted to be a judge at one of our competitions or an event partner, that's someone that organizes an event. So from here, you just need to register, which is for free. But once you're logged in, you can see all sorts of things like such as what is an event partner, how to be able to become one, how to run an event, sample event agendas. And there's questions and also mini exams at each one of the units, which you can learn at your own pace, and about event venue planning, how you might lay out your event, safety equipment, suggestions, preparing a budget, which again could be used for a lot of different competitions, not just for VEX. How to post an event on robotevents.com, event management using information that's found on Robot Events. How to encourage people to become volunteers. We know that this is, we're stronger as a community. So how can we make sure is that we get more people involved and to mentor others and give them that same excitement that we have about robotics and coding, and how to make that infectious and share with other people. How to judge, how to use our tournament manager software to run events, which is very, very useful. Event planning, VexU. And then also there's an exam. At the end of it, it's a multiple choice exam. You need to earn 70% or higher in order to pass. And that's how you become a registered event partner with a certificate. So that's a great question. There's also others that go into actual competition. So we haven't listed it just yet because our competitions have just been announced, but you could later get into very specific detail about our referee certifications or becoming a drive team member, someone that's on the team driving the robot. So there's a very specific certification for them. So fantastic question. So again, that's certifications.vex.com, and you can explore that as well. All right. any other questions? If not, you can always certainly reach me. My email, you can reach me at ap-sales at vexrobotics.com, and I will hand the floor back to Hendrix.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Anthony, for that. But I saw someone ask on our Facebook page. I think that is the last question.
Sure.
Uh, he is asking, does Bex take in students from different countries in their internship?
Okay, so the challenge for us is that it depends on the experience. We've had students that have set up programs where they have traveled to visit our headquarters as part of a their own country's extension of some summer internship program. This is something that we haven't really done for multiple Asia Pacific countries because you can imagine right now planning people to travel overseas has been very challenging. My suggestion is that this is something that could be done in the future, but the students need to have practical VEX robotics competition experience at a high level. So begin your journey and stay in touch.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. That ends the list of our questions for this session. Once
Thank
more, thank
you.
you very much. I am sure that all of our participants have gained more knowledge on what is all about in the VEX education and competition, and that is such an inspiration, particularly that we can use such prototypes or output to help our society, like what you have mentioned earlier, the coral leaf cleaner. That is such an inspiration. Oh, we have last question from Mr. J here from our session. Hi,
Thank
sir.
you. Sir, if I will have some doubt regarding internship, or I will ask you, means any doubt regarding this internship and role in Vex Robotics in future, I will mail you.
That's fantastic. Now, bear in mind, I just want to mention one last thing is that if we are going to be able to help each other rise up, there might be local opportunities. For example, we have affiliation with a group called Association of Universities of Asia and the Pacific, and they have representation in a lot of different countries. And they're running robotic competitions, and they're very keen to encourage bright students to pursue engineering, computer science, join their school. So if there's something that can happen locally, I think that's also a discussion that we can have because we have a lot of different groups, stakeholders in each country, from the Philippines to India, Malaysia, Indonesia, all over Singapore, Hong Kong. So please let us know because it's always easier to get started locally and then build ourselves up, be able to make a bigger environment, bigger community for all of us globally if we are able to do well in locally first. Okay.
Yes, and good news to the PUP. I have my former students here who are joining us from Polytechnic University of the Philippines. PUP is part of that organization. So if you're interested and I can help you with that, and Andy is going to help us out, figure out how can we participate in such a wonderful opportunity.
Thank you very much. I think that ends the list of our questions. We have received a lot of feedbacks on our comment section, thanking us or thanking you, sir, for that information. Thank you very much. Miss Denalu, at this point, I want to ship to PUP. I want to enroll to your school.
You
We
can.
hope
We'll take you in. Make sure that your school don't get mad at me because
that's the case.
okay.
I'm already graduating student. All right, moving forward. Thank you very much. We don't have any questions more anymore. Well, look at our time. We are now on the third raffle event. The prizes are all still the same, so let us all display our wheel of fortune. And see you later on. There we have it. Oh, that is still a big list or big circle of names. All right, so the first winner will receive a frame from the RoboVax. The second winner will receive a voucher. And the first winner who will receive the frame will be no other than spin the wheel, please. Those are a lot of names. All right. And then the winner for that one is no other than Ala Jamil and Bautista. Congratulations, our committee will contact you, so please open your lines and please expect some delays due to our shipping system. And the last winner for this third raffle will be no other than spin the wheel, please. There we have it. The winner would be Candidate A. Congratulations to all of the winners. For those who haven't won, don't worry, we still have another raffle throughout this event. So please stay with us. Congratulations. Our committee will contact you for the prize. Please open your lines. And now at this moment, all right, you have seen her before. Why don't we move forward and get to know more about the RoboJam Philippines? And she's with us again. No other than Miss Jenelu Pangilinan Riel. Hi, ma'am. Good to see you
Hi, I
again.
feel like I'm cooking my own show. Okay. So thank
Please
you very
tell.
much. This has been a very rewarding kickoff so far. And I'm reminding everybody we are not competing yet. This is just an intro of a good program. And as you see, after Mr. Andy showcased all the opportunities, so RoboJam and all the international RoboJam events is a good way to start the journey. So as young as you can, I don't know if babies can code. Maybe in the future, babies can code. We have a baby event. So joining a RoboJam is one of the first few things that you can try. And of course, let us not forget, and it's the pandemic, that it's hard to study at this point more than any time in the past because we are doing online school. So let us not give up on our education because we do need that foundation in math, in science, technology, and engineering for in order for us to compete. So without math, and that's where Mr. J and the RoboJam India team is going to help us on the next training. So make sure that you register on that evaluation form. Do we have that on our comment section? When you Yeah, you have to like sign in on that evaluation form, evaluate how we did and what how can we improve more in this type of our program, and also you check mark which events you're interested in, so we will forward that to the team with me and Mr. J. So tomorrow all the way to Saturday, we're going to have a free session, uh, two 3 days for 2 hours only. So it's not like the whole week that we're going to be online. It's just wherever you registered, that is where you are going to be trained, and we are going to work via Zoom. So if you don't register on that link, you don't give us your email, we cannot forward you the link. And if you miss us, for those who are not here due to time constraint, we call them team replay, you can still use the link, um, and then we'll get you the information. There's one question, I think, Hendrix.
Yes, ma'am. No, we have an early question from Yapido. I have a question. How long does the competition will take?
Okay, I think Jay can help. Jay, can I put you in? Because I'm going to like help me, but he already. Here's Jay. He
Yeah, yeah,
already
please ask
finished
me.
the RoboJam India, right? How they're asking how long is each competition?
How long it will take to complete one competition, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it depends on the number of participation. If number of participants are more, then it will basically going to take more time, especially in coloring. I think we can't have more than 30 teams in coloring because it will take too long to finish it up. But yes, in this drill and in RoboSketch, we can have. The reason behind is that everybody has to complete the code under 90 minutes and they have to upload it under 90 minutes. So
Okay.
it becomes very
So that's
easy, even though the strength of
yes.
participation is more.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to discuss next. Thank you, Jay, and I'm going to put you on the backstage again. Hmm. Okay, so let's move on, Hendrix, with the next part. and I'm going to kick you out. I'm sorry, Hendrix. I'm going to get you
Alright.
back later.
See you later.
Okay, so now we are going to show you the four major competitions that we're going to have. And then this is the first one. We call it coloring. So as Jay mentioned, colorant, we are going to give you two positions wherein you are going to code it. Remember that this is going to be streamed live, so the participant must be able to practice sharing and testing their internet connection. Otherwise, you are prone to get disconnected. So make sure that you know how to share your screen and how to participate on an online live event. All right, so that's colorant. The next competition category we are going to have is going to be this. Okay, in the disc drill, we are going to code the robot to pick up colored discs. These positions of the disc will be announced on the day of the event. All competitors will have to code at the same time, and all entries must be submitted within 90 minutes. So those entries who were submitted beyond the 90 minutes will not be scored. So in this competition, you should be able to try how to save and how to download and upload your videos so you can submit them. Okay, so remember, I would emphasize on the disc drill. 30 minutes before the competition starts, all the members, all the participating teams will have to go in a meeting. So 30 minutes before the time, everybody will have to be in that Google Meets or Zoom link, because we are going to make sure that it's easier for us to share the information, and it's going to be where we are going to share a drive where you are going to show the picture and the rule of where you have to put the disk into. Okay, and then the third one will be this. Okay, the colorant reminder is for kids age or participants age 12 and below. So this is the first session we're gonna have with the training for tomorrow, and there will be a lesson on how to make the robot draw on the art canvas. So reminders, the drawing or the image will be projected on the Google or the Zoom group, and that's the first time that the competitors are going to see and code the image. Again, you are going to have 90 minutes, and within that 90 minutes, you should be able to submit your entries on a given drive. Okay, so make sure that for those coaches who are watching, make sure it's either you assist them on the transfer of the file, or part of your training should be how to teach your kids to move the file from one drive to another and how to submit via link. So we are submitting our entries from using a Google form. So make sure that you train your students on how to upload and submit their entries on a Google form. And last but not the least, our next competition category is a research project. Let's see what is the theme for this year.
In the Philippines, water serves as the lifeblood of every Filipinos. It also serves as the main power of the country's economical development. This pandemic, water is one of the basic needs to maintain proper hygiene and prevent spreading the virus. According to UNICEF, almost 91% of the country's estimated 100.7 million population have access to at least basic water services. But access is highly unbalanced across the country. Having this conflict may result to the higher cases of cholera, diarrhea, and other diseases. This brought us to the foundation of our innovative challenge, STEAM Task, where each team must think of innovative solutions with the objective of preserving clean water and sanitation. Visit our site for more information.
Okay, so that is our STEAM task. So we are on the last part of our presentation. So the STEAM task is where you are going to enter your research projects. So all research projects must have a prototype, and then you are going to present it on a video form. So make sure that you guys who are coaching, again, you, well, most of the registered coaches, I believe, have already competed on such kind of categories. We will send you an official rule sheet, and that is also going to be available for download or for viewing on our RoboJam website. So please make sure that you like our page, which is RoboJam Philippines. You like RoboJam India, because there's also the information on that, and RoboJam International with Eduardo, and all our YouTube channels. So that is all that we need to know. And make sure that you do register on our registration link. My team, can you please post it on the comment section? And if you guys have other questions, please feel free to comment all of them, and then we'll be happy to assist you. Okay, I think I have to pull in back Hendrix.
I'm back.
There you go.
That is really exciting, ma'am. Looking forward to witness those young learners to be exposed in this kind of activities. Thank you very much. So now we'll be open to the questions of our viewers, if there's any. But as of the moment, we still don't have questions. We only
Yeah,
have
they. Well, I have
messages.
one question. One question on my. I don't know why you guys want to talk to me directly on my
Message.
messenger, but yeah,
I've already
they message me. Like they're asking how much does it cost? It's going to cost you only 500 pesos for those who are in the Philippines, and then there's going to be information on our website. For those who are in other countries, you can pay via PayPal. That is going to be $10, 10 US dollars only. Okay, and we do have some recommendations for the colorist. Remember that when they do live streaming, most of the competitors who did that they just have one uh, member of the team presenting, like coding in there. But they do, there's uh yes, there's a question.
from Mr.
Hendrix.
Albert Tan. Yes. So from he's asking, I'll translate it to English for our and for our viewers
Mm-hmm.
international. If there's a registration fee for the competition, and if there is any for a team entry, or if it's just for individual.
So registration will be 500 pesos in the Philippines, $10, 10 US dollars for all other countries, and that is per team. But there are coaches and players who wants to do it individually because they are not in the same place. And kids, just to let everybody know, we are on modified ECQ. We're under quarantine, but we're still doing this because of like no pandemic would stop us from doing this event. So we are going to have, you can choose between having just one player. So therefore, one player, one team is considered as one team. Is they're going to pay for $500, or they can have 2 to 3 players in one team. Unfortunately, just like what I've said, we are on modified ECQ, so maybe it would be hard for you to go into. Hopefully by September, it's all going to be like gone. Okay, so we can go out. But we are still going to do virtual sign up. You can see the registration link on our social media.
Thank you. So $10 or 500 pesos in our currency in our local. Yeah, so thank you very much. And do we have another question from our viewers? Feel free to comment it so that we can accommodate it.
Yeah, so that's going to be per team. Not unless you only have one member per team. Therefore, they're going. But if you have two players in one team, you're just going to pay for one.
Rest assured that their payment will be really, really worth it because they'll be exposed to this kind of world that they've been interacting with these activities, and that is really worth it.
Yes, and remember on our raffle earlier, those who got the voucher, you can use that voucher to join in RoboRave Philippines, and then you are going to have one team offset. Now, if that winner who registered is not competing, you can pass it on to a friend of yours,
I should have
so we don't
joined
waste it.
the whole event, but I can't. I'm the
Yeah.
host for this event. You're right. I need to have
Okay,
fun.
so
I think
I think there's no more questions. If you guys have anything else, we're moving on to the next part. I'm going to like step away and I'll give you back the floor, Hendrix.
thank you very much, Miss Jenlu. Again, that is really exciting. Looking forward for those activities. All right. So congratulations. All right. So for the next part of our event, please don't forget to fill up the evaluation form, or you can scan the QR code that will uh, lead you to the Google Form evaluation link. All right. So scan the QR or click the link below. Right. So we're now moving forward to our event. We're reaching almost the end. And but before that, let us all do the last part of the raffle event. All right. So earlier, Miss Jenlu have said that if ever you have won the voucher, you can use that as a registration for the events. All right. So again, same prizes. First prize will be a frame. Second prize will be the voucher, and that will be received by the first winner. Spin the wheel, please. I should have joined this spinning wheel, but I can't. All right, the winner is and Michelle or Kinko. All right, our committee will thank you for the prize. Expect some delays because of our current situation. And the last winner of our raffle for this event is no other than spin the wheel, please. This is the last name of the person who will win, and who could it be? It is no other than Christopher P. Itaúr. I got that wrong. Sorry. Our committee will contact you for the prize. All right. Congratulations to all of the winners. For those who haven't won, fret no more. We still have events for the future, and please join us for that one. All right. So we're reaching the end of our event. Allow me to call a person who have achieved most of his life in learning. He is the president or CEO of Power or PAOER Incorporated, Microsoft Certified Educator, Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, Microsoft Innovative Educator Master Trainer, Microsoft Education Ambassador, and Deputy National CV Broadcaster. Please join me on welcoming Mr. Wilbert C. Benzon. Good morning, sir. Hi. How are you? Oh, sorry. Or sorry,
Wax,
sir,
Wax, you're
urgent.
muted.
Hi, I'm muted. Okay. Good morning, RoboJam Philippines. To all our participants from the different part of the world, we thank you for your active participation on this kick-off event here in the Philippines. We are excited to see you more on this activity until the end of the competition and wishing you good luck. Your innovation, ideas, and plans are highly appreciated. In behalf of Philippine Alliance for Open Educational Resources Incorporated and the committee of this event, again, we thank you and looking forward to see your magnificent work. RoboJam!
Thank
Yes,
you.
Hendrik.
That is so lively closing remarks it is. Thank you very much, sir. Oh, there is a follow-up question from Miss Ophelia Bala. Where is the account number? I think she's referring for the payment of the registration. Is that
Yes, so those who are going to register, we are going to give you more information via email. Remember, the deadline for registration is on August 27th. So I encourage everyone to sign in to that. Like if you are fully decided right away, you can sign in on our website. That is robojamph.com. And if you want to sign in for to try the training before you decide to compete, you have to sign in on the evaluation, and we'll send you all the information via email. So we just don't want like to do of course we don't want to pile in onto your email if you are going to think differently. So we do encourage everyone to try, and thank you, Sir Wax. And I will put in everyone to say goodbye to the Philippines, and I will like goodbye, and we are going to add Jay, right? And then if Andy is still there, Andy, are you still there? So I'll put you in. So like if I see Andy on the screen. So any other last reminders for those who are going to join us on the training, Jay, for tomorrow and Thursday? Final reminders. Like what do you want them to watch again on your YouTube channel? You're muted, my friend. I don't hear you.
For me to have a drink. Sorry, have a tea. Yeah. So what I wanted to tell to all my audience is that first of all, please watch those videos on concept of disk drill and on concept of wall maze. Sorry, color it. Okay. Do watch those videos because I have explained the whole concept in detail. And later on, we are going to do some practicals in our actual classes. That's why it is really very important for you to at least watch it once before you attend my tomorrow's lecture. And one more thing, I would like to tell each and every student, those who are watching right now, please feel friendly to to ask me out any questions you have. Okay, don't feel like I am a very strict teacher. I am very friendly. I don't want that relation. Okay, so you can ask me out anything you want from my side. Please feel free. Okay, I'm going to start everything from scratch. So don't have that fear in your mind that as you are a beginner, you won't be able to understand anything.
Yes, it's all going to we're going to teach you as like it's our first time. Like I'm going to attend to because I don't know. Jay knows more than I do. So I have to learn from Jay. So we have to learn from each and every one. And if we can help out improve everyone, then let's go for it. And finally, we would like to wait, let me see. Thank our sponsors before we forget. Hendrix, can you do the honors, please?
Yes, yes. So thank you again to our sponsor. Our event won't be possible without your help. Again, thank you to the Vex Robotics, Zamba Construction Services, Glass Aluminum and Iron Works, JR2 and Engineering Services, and the Valerio Foundation. This event is all for you. Thank you very much. And also, please allow me to take this opportunity to thank RoboJam Philippines and the Power Incorporated for inviting me to be the host of this such fun event. So also to Miss Jenelu, we've been friends because of this kind of events like webinar, and we've been close even if
Yes.
I am not her student. Directly, I feel like she
Yeah.
is one of the coaches in this kind of event. So thank you very much. I am always one call away if you need help. If some needs me, I am always here. Thank you very much. And also for those who want to join the Power Incorporated or PAOER, just search their FB and just join their group, and then you'll be having the details. And to our participants, please fill up the evaluation form. The link is posted already on the chat box or comment section, or you can scan the QR code earlier. So again, thank you very much. And
Oh,
once more, thank
okay,
you for
once more, I would have to like give a shout out to the team at the background. So they're not just me, Hendrix and Wax here. We have Mark EJ Elizalde, who is our website developer. We have Isa Moro, Grace Mamaril, and Ninfa Alejandro, Ian Mateo Velasco, who are doing all our logistics. So those who are signing in, you are actually sending information to Ian and the team. And we have Grace and Isa as our social media directors. And of course, we have Miss Hazel Valarde, who is doing all our videos. And those are, and of course, my very good friend Wax, who is helping us with the streaming. And Hendrix, don't graduate yet, because if you're working, I cannot I cannot call you as much as I can. So thank you everyone. Shout out to Natalie is on the chat. Natalie is the coach from the US, but she also has a team in Peru. I have coach City from Malaysia, and she has her team on Zoom. So see, like we're like doing everything we can. I also have Miss Ophelia from uh like who else from the Philippines. So that's Miss Ophelia from the Philippines. She is watching from Butuan Central Elementary School. And also shout out to all our students and participants from Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Maragondon. We also have our participants from all other countries who signed in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying up too late, too late, too late. And by the next time you host your event, we're gonna be, of course, doing the same thing. So I think that ends our. Um, we tried to finish early for the benefit of those who are in a different time zone. So thank you so much for joining us, and hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week to come. And remember to sign in. Go to our social media.
So thank you for attending RoboJam Philippines Kickoff 2021. This has been RoboJam Philippines and your moderator, Hendrix, signing off. Thank you and see you on our future events. See you soon.